We spoke last time about the idea that Hashem gave us free will so we can earn our pleasures, because earned pleasures are greater than received pleasures. And we described that really there's two time periods for this. There's this world where we earn the pleasures that we have by putting in effort and by choosing and by creating. But then there's the world to come, when the body and the soul separate, right? And the soul is able to bask in the pleasure that it created in this world, right? And we said that really that's the place where if you would think, where's that infinite pleasure that an infinite God who created this world, where is that pleasure? I don't see it, I don't feel it, even to the most religious of people. I can't imagine they're getting this this ethereal, infinite pleasure. It doesn't seem that way. So we say, no. This is the place of earning. The world to come, if you could experience one moment, that would be the infinite pleasure. So just share with you, I was once in Israel on a bus, bringing a group back from an educational program. And the driver of the bus said to me, "Rabbi, you believe in God, but I know there was a God." I said, "Wow, how so? Tell me about it." He said, "You know what? 25 years ago, I was on a kibbutz. I was standing, speaking to my mother. I felt a pain in my finger and in my heart, and I fell to the ground, and my soul left my body, and I could see myself on the ground, and my mother was weeping by me, and I just felt my soul going higher and higher." And he said to me, "Rabbi, the pleasure that my soul felt at that moment when it separated out of the body was more than all the pleasures of everyone put together into one moment. It was such a pleasure, you can't imagine what it was," right? He said the end of the story was there's a certain time that he heard a voice telling him that he hadn't finished his job in this world. He did an about turn, he went back into his body, and he regained consciousness 7 minutes later. But the reason I'm telling you this story is because that's consistent with Jewish philosophy, which is that when the soul separates, it's able to bask in that closeness of a relationship that it created with the infinite creator, and that's the place where it'll have that infinite pleasure. Now, next time we're going to talk a little bit more about, okay, but really Judaism is focused on this world, and why would that be? But for just us to understand, it's a real world. Death is the ultimate deadline, after which we take pleasure infinitely in all the good things that we created. It'll be an incredible experience of closeness to God that you just can't imagine how pleasurable it'll be.